welcome to the INNOTECH podcast series, your go-to source for the latest trends and innovations in education. I am Mahala V Aguilar, your host for this episode. Thrilled and honored to have with us an incredible leader, scholar, and changemaker, Dr. Majah-Leah V. Ravago, the newly appointed and 10th Director of INNOTECH, the Regional Center for Educational Innovation and Technology, and one of the centers of Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, or SEAMEO. A tale of intellectual excellence, Dr. Ravago's journey stands out in the academic world. She earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in economics from the University of the Philippines and pursued her PhD in economics at the University of Hawaii at Manoa as a scholar under the East-West Center Graduate Fellowship Program. In 2024, she further sharpened her leadership expertise at INSEAD in France through the Executive Leadership Program on AI and Productivity. For nearly 2 decades, Dr. Ravago has taught and mentored students at the University of Hawaii, UP School of Economics, and Ateneo de Manila University, inspiring a generation of future leaders with her passion, intellect, and dedication to excellence. Beyond academia, she has made a mark in public service. She led the groundbreaking of the House of Representatives Ateneo Research Project, aligning policy making with research-based evidence. She was also the program director of the USAID-funded Energy Policy and Development Program, Bridging Policy, Research, and National Energy Development. Dr. Ravago has provided expert advice to critical government agencies such as NEDA, DOE, and Legislative Energy Committees. She has also served as trusted consultant for the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, and ADB Institute, shaping policies on energy, competition, climate resilience, and development. In recognition of her contributions, Dr. Ravago has received numerous awards, including Outstanding Young Scientist in Economics, National Academy of Science and Technology, one UP Faculty Grant Award for Outstanding Research and Public Service, an Outstanding Book Award from NAST for her work on electricity economics and policy. She is a prolific scholar, having authored and co-edited 4 influential books and published numerous international journal articles on energy economics, natural disasters, competition policy, and sustainable development. Dr. Ravago is a sought-after speaker at global conferences, sharing Philippine and Southeast Asian perspectives on sustainable development, energy transition, and economic innovations at institutions like Asian Development Bank, OECD, and the East-West Center. Her leadership journey includes serving as President and CEO of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Vice Chair of the Career Executive Service Board, and board member of the Foreign Service Institute. She has championed public sector innovation, capacity building, and strategic leadership at every step. And we at INNOTECH are proud and honored to have her as our visionary leader. Dr. Ravago brings with her not just wealth of knowledge and experience, but a deep passion for educational innovation, inclusive development, and future-ready learning. Under her leadership, INNOTECH will soar to new heights, being a catalyst for change, empowering learners, inspiring educators, and building stronger Southeast Asian communities through innovation, technology, collaboration, and heart. We are truly delighted to have Dr. Majah-Leah V Arapo leading us forward. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Ravago.
Thank you very much, Liz, for that very generous introduction. And of course, it's a pleasure to be here and to share this space with you and the listeners.
All right. First of all, ma'am, congratulations and welcome to the INNOTECH family. Nakailang months ka na ba, ma'am?
Since Feb, so 3 months.
3 months, but we've done so many things with your leadership, ma'am, and you're stepping into a legacy of innovation and regional collaboration in education. First question, what does it mean to you to lead INNOTECH at this time?
Well, of course, it's truly an honor, no, Liz? So this role comes with great responsibility and, of course, even greater opportunity, not only for me, but for the center. So INNOTECH, as we all know, has been historically and at the forefront of transforming education through innovation, research, and capacity building. For me, this is a moment to push forward, to bring inclusive and evidence-based strategies that truly respond to the needs of our teachers, learners, and communities, not only in the Philippines, but for the rest of Southeast Asia.
Yeah. With your background in economics, ma'am, just a follow-up question. Was there a specific moment in your career when you felt called to lead in the education?
Of course, no, the nice thing about economics, it's broader, okay? In the economics field, we see education as one of investment, okay? Together with our capital, yung materials investment, the natural capital, very important is education because learners are viewed as a human capital. So, my background in economics, we view education not only as a social good, but as I said, it's human capital investment. So it's one of the key driver of sustainable economic development. So we need to invest wisely to ensure equity and align educational outcomes with future labor markets, climate resilience, and digital transition. So the decision we make today on how we invest in this human capital will also dictate the future narrative of our economic development. So in a sense, education is really very important if we are viewing on the national economic development as well as the regional economic development for Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and your knowledge in economic, indeed, ma'am, and the development policy that your background must really offer a unique lens on how we deal with education. All right, so moving forward, Ma'am Maha, one of the major conversations happening right now is about the post-pandemic recovery in education. What are your thoughts on how Southeast Asia can build back together?
Yes, the pandemic brought both positive and negative circumstances. No, so from the education sector, we must rethink and reimagine. The pandemic widened disparities, but also revealed the incredible adaptability of our educators and the education systems as a whole. So, as I've said, no, there's negative because it created scarring, and we're trying to catch up on those. So that's why building back better is very important, and it means leveraging on digital platforms for blended learning, ensuring that training teacher is continuous and contextualized. The pandemic pushed us, right, to adapt to these digital platforms, but not all were able to catch up. So kaya then the disparities have widened. So at the center at INNOTECH, we aim to support the Ministries of Education in capturing these lessons and what works and what did not. Okay, so meaning to say, it's very important that we do not lose sight of what the positive things that the pandemic brought, but at the same time, trying to overcome the negatives.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dr. Ravago. Do you see technology as a silver bullet?
Okay, I think when we talk about technology, there's always this misconception, right? That technology is all about the digitalization, the computer, the robotics. But it's not that, right? Technology is a tool, okay? But it must come first with the innovation. That's why the very name of INNOTECH, innovation and technology. So innovation is about these ideas, right? New ideas. And then the technology, we use that to implement. Ito yung mga physical tools that would implement the ideas that we have. It's not a solution. Technology is not a solution on its own. For the education sector, it must be grounded in the pedagogy, the access, and contextualization, no, in the local relevance. Most importantly, we must bridge the digital divide, not just in infrastructure, but in mindset and capability. Of course, we can build the divide in the mindset, but basic yung infrastructure, especially between the rural and urban areas, no? So we must strive to have to bring the access, especially to the rural areas.
Yes, yes, I agree. And also not just the technological side, but also I think it's very important also the values of people and how we motivate them rather into embracing
Yes,
yes, the
yes.
changes.
So it must go hand in hand.
Yes, correct. And that leads me to our next topic. So currently,
Mhm.
INNOTECH just unveiled its refresh mission, vision, values, and the tagline. And we are very excited, Ma'am Maha, to share it with our audience. So the INNOTECH mission is we are a catalyst of innovation and technology transforming Southeast Asian education. Can you tell us more about this?
Yes, so thank you for this opportunity. No, so the mission, it's our reason of existence, our reason of being, right? So the word catalyst is very important. So what's the meaning of that catalyst? It's an agent that provokes or accelerates significant change. So INNOTECH, the people here at INNOTECH were about 100, right? So yet our mandate covers Southeast Asia.
Yes.
So meaning to say we have to be very strategic so that we really perform that catalytic, being an agent.
Yes.
So it highlights our proactive role in accelerating education reforms that are responsive. So not just any reforms, it must be responsive to the real world demands. We work with the ministries of education, meaning we work at the top, who can really cascade what we do. Okay, so we work with the ministries of education, schools, and teachers to ensure that innovation is integrated, research and technology into the systems that prepares learners not just academically, but also for the real world.
Yes.
So in this sense, we're trying to make them ready, no? Especially now that we have labor integration, because
Yes.
labor integration in the Southeast Asia is very critical. And as I've said earlier, education is a human capital investment. So in doing so, we must equip students with the skills and mindset, as you've said, aligned with the evolving job markets and the needs of the society. So this mission, the INNOTECH mission, it reflects this transformation. So education should not end at the classroom. Okay, it should lead to meaningful participation and in the economic and civic life, as well as we want the learners and the students to be an effective participants of the workforce. So what does it mean? It means we're not just working, but we're contributing productively towards economic development.
And to the society as a whole.
Yes.
I would like to address all our listeners and audiences, especially those parents, mamaha that are listening. I think this is a very good and appropriate time to really talk about how we can also support institutions or organizations like us and even the school community on how we can also support the students into being a future ready
Yes.
even in the workforce, and not just sa work nila po, but also with how they will deal with the how will they do it and in being a responsible society citizen of the society.
Responsible and productive.
Responsible
Yes.
and productive. Yeah, that's correct. All right. So, of course, we have our mission. It's our reason for being. The vision naman. By 2035, INNOTECH will be the leading force in shaping learners into the change makers of tomorrow.
Yes.
Tell us
so
more about this.
Vision is something that has a timeline, no? Something that we want to achieve. That's why it starts with by 2035, okay? So this vision reflects a shift from training and research to developing future-ready, agile, and empowered learners across Southeast Asia. Again, INNOTECH is one of the specialist center of the Southeast Asian Minister of Education Organization. So our mandate is the whole of Southeast Asian region and beyond. Okay, so in today's fast-changing world shaped by AI, Industry 4.0, the accelerating energy transition, and the global integration, so education must go beyond knowledge. It must enable learners to become change makers. So that's another keyword in the vision statement, no? So and change makers. So by 2035, we envision INNOTECH as a key driver in shaping the learners into the change makers of tomorrow. So these change makers, these are individuals who are adaptable, future ready, and equipped to contribute to inclusive economic development.
Yes.
So this time, right, the world is shaped by AI, automation, and shifting labor demands.
Yes.
So knowledge alone is not enough. So learners must gain the ability to lead, solve problems, and build resilience in the face of uncertainty. So every time we didn't know that COVID is coming, right? So and then
Yes.
suddenly we were locked up in our room. So those kind of uncertainty, everyone must be ready. So education remains the single most important investment, okay, a parent can make in a child's future. So a strong education empowers individuals to break cycles of poverty. I have seen this in my family and in my neighbors, okay? Education is really an opportunity to break that cycle into poverty, meaning intergenerational poverty.
Yes, I
It engage meaningfully in society and contribute to long-term national as well as regional progress.
Yes, as a parent myself, I can really relate and I can really resonate with what Mama is telling us. It's actually, with education, maaari na mas lalong maging mapaangat ang antas ng pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino. Also, while nandiyan ang AI, it's also important that the human capacity and skills and nandun din, partner. Right, Mama?
Yes, yes. So sabi mo nga, no, mapaangat ang buhay ng mga Pilipino. But again, we're talking about Southeast Asia. So this is
And
not
yeah,
only
for
yes,
Filipinos,
not true also,
Also
for the
for-
rest of the region.
Yes, for Southeast Asian communities. Alright, so leading to that, yung values syempre natin, we have our core values and our guiding principles. So how do you envision those set of principles to really translate into everyday practice here at INNOTECH?
Yes, of course, with the name INNOTECH, right? So, number one core values that is guiding us on our everyday work is creativity and innovation. So, innovation, again, this is creating new ideas. So, that comes with creativity. So, embracing new ideas that challenge the status quo. As I always say, raising the bar of excellence means doing better than what we did last time. So, we challenge the status quo and improve how education serves learners. So here at INNOTECH, that's what we strive for. And the second, so there are three, no, core values. The second one, did you mention commitment to excellence? So that's given, no. So we're trying to strive to raise the bar of excellence. So we commit to doing that. So we aim for quality. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng excellence? We aim for quality and relevance in everything we do. If there's relevance, then we are making an impact.
Yes.
So we have to understand that our work affects real students, so meaning real people,
Yes.
students, teachers, and communities. And the third core value, again, this is also given. Maybe
Yeah.
we think that it is given, but sometimes we have to be conscious. Integrity.
Mindful of this.
Integrity and
And
professionalism. Okay, so we act with transparency, consistency, building trust, not only among us within INNOTECH, but also with our partners and our stakeholders.
Right. How about our guiding principles? So there are also three sets: teamwork, collaboration, and cooperation, social responsibility, and inclusivity. So those also will shape our day-to-day action, ma'am.
Yes, so teamwork, collaboration, self-explanatory, right?
Yes.
So, keyword there is collective effort, collective action. Again, there are only 100 warm bodies at INNOTECH. So, everything we do, all hands are always on deck. So, the second one is social responsibility. We are accountable not only to our stakeholders, but again, to the broader community of Southeast Asia. And then inclusivity, we make sure that no learners is left behind, right?
Yes.
So that's our guiding principles.
Even the marginalized learners, yeah, we
Yes.
try to reach them. All right. So, we're talking about the regional collaboration and innovation. Innovation is in INNOTECH's name. You mentioned earlier that also. What does innovation mean to you in the context of Southeast Asian education?
Okay, so again, as I've said this earlier, no? So innovation and technology, sometimes we often say that together. But technology is the tools and innovation, this is about generating new ideas, okay? So It's also about mindset, collaboration, and courage. It's rethinking how we engage communities, how we value individual knowledge, indigenous knowledge, and how we co-create solutions with teachers, students, and of course, the school administrators. So because SEAMEO, okay, the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, it's a mouthful.
Yes.
It's a regional platform. So we have this unique access to the Ministries of Education, and therefore we have this ability to share and scale any innovations that we can have here at INNOTECH, meaning to say among Southeast Asian countries and beyond.
Yes, and ensure also, ma'am, that innovation remains inclusive and doesn't
Yes.
parang leave behind mo yun nga, mga rural and marginalized learners. Right. Ma'am Maha, what's one project or direction you're especially excited about?
Thank you, Liz, for asking that question. So I'm particularly excited about the initiative that we are doing here at INNOTECH. And this is something that we launched at the recently concluded international conference last May 16 on AI in education. So in that conference, we got the support, no, the expression of support from the Ministries of Education and other international partners in co-developing this regional policy framework on AI in education. So this framework intends to provide a regional guide for the Southeast Asian countries, so that they can use so that this framework the countries can use in developing their national education policies and strategies. It will be designed to be adaptable to the dynamic nature of AI, because AI is, they move so fast, it's very dynamic, so it's going to be a living document. So at its core is the development of a future-ready education system that prepares learners for the future of work and to become responsible citizens in an AI-driven society. So let's hope, no, with the support of our stakeholders, our listeners, viewers, and partners, we hope to be able to craft this regional policy framework.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, what's your message to young educators and learners listening and watching right now?
Okay, so thank you for that, for the opportunity to send this message. Again, I'm going back to our mission, no, the word catalyst. So INNOTECH is a catalyst. So to our school administrator, the ministries of education, and school teachers, no. So you are the heart of this transformation. So you are our partner. Your passion, creativity, and resilience are exactly what our systems need. So again, to the teachers, do not be afraid to lead, to innovate, and to ask questions. Okay? Education is not just about passing knowledge, it's about shaping a better future. And together across Southeast Asia, we can make it that future a reality. So again, you are our partners in shaping learners into the change makers of tomorrow.
Beautifully said, Dr. Ravago. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insight and vision. We're all excited and we look forward for all the dreams and aspirations to come to life by 2035.
Thanks again, Liz, and it's really a pleasure to be here.
Ma'am, but before we let you go, we would like to know you more personally. And I'm sure our listeners also, gusto nilang marinig to. Kaya we will play the INNOTECH Fast Talk.
Part yan?
Yes, ma'am. You will just choose a word that's your personal preference.
Ganun ba?
But the catch, ma'am, without an explanation. So,
Okay,
Ma'am
sige.
Maha,
May option kang bigay sa akin?
ready ka na ba? Okay, ma'am. Ito ay wholesome.
Okay.
Cellphone or tablet?
Cellphone?
Singing or dancing?
Dancing?
Yeah, I know you're a good dancer. UP or Ateneo?
I cannot
Both na lang, ma'am. Both?
Sige.
Running or lifting weights?
Running.
Rose or sunflower?
Sunflower?
Dagat or gubat?
Dagat?
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Parang both sa'yo, ma'am. Nakialam mo ko, di ba? Okay, innovation or technology?
Innovation.
Alright, peace or happiness?
Both.
Alright, thank you so much for being game, Dr. Ravago. And that ends our INNOTECH Fast Talk with Dr. Majah-Leah V. Ravago. Ayan, sobrang honored ko to be hosting this episode. And once again, thank you so much. Our 10th INNOTECH Director, once again, the one and only Dr. Majah-Leah V. Arapo.
Thank you, Liz.
Continue the conversation and let us know your feedback and comments, and please follow our social media sites flash on your screen. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating. This is Liz, signing off.